Hello, everybody. Welcome to. I don't know what to call it. What are we calling this crap?
Reviews,
Yeah, psychosis.
psychosis reviews,
Sure,
podcast, vlog. I don't give a shit.
whatever. This crap. How you doing? This week, we're dealing with something that we have touched on, or I have touched on multiple times already. We want to watch, or I wanted him to watch Nichijou because we were having problems. I was having problems trying to define it. In all honesty,
What the fuck did you make me watch?
It was amazing. Okay, hold on. Before we get too far into it, because like everything is spoilers.
Okay,
Kind
so
of.
the whole thing is every episode of this. What?
Hold on. Do you recommend it?
Yes.
That was quick.
If you like shows that are like batshit random and like they're funny, they're like just completely random, wild, like just what the fuck.
That was quick.
I think within the first episode, I went what the fuck about 6 times. But then you kind of grow used to it.
Okay.
But
okay.
yes, it is actually really well done, and I like the whole thing with the show is each episode is different. It's split into a bunch of different mini stories that are very connected. So you could literally jump in at almost any episode and you don't need anything. You don't need to watch previous ones.
Yeah, that's a fair statement.
Like it's real. I like that fact. Like, don't get me wrong. I like longer series that actually like have like super long. They're super long stories and stuff like that. Hence why I like One Piece and Fairy Tail. However, I do really enjoy shows like this. Just like Saitakai Yakumi Domo or SYD. That was it was this. That I think came after this, which is they're very similar, which is it's good. So I actually really enjoyed the concept that they did with this. Like it took a little getting used to because like it was so jumping around. I'm like, okay, is it just gonna keep jumping around or is it gonna touch base on more things or? But once you get used to it, it's actually really good.
So do you? Oh, okay. So hold on. There's a couple things about the storytelling that I really like, right? The first one I want to touch on is how pretty much everything is related somehow.
Yes, like it basically jumps between a bunch of different people, like two main groups, I want to say. You got Yuko's group and then you've got Nano's group. Which Nano is Nano is an android, cyborg, whatever you want to call her, that is unbelievably human-like. Like the amount of AI she has and being able to function and do everything a normal human can do is astonishing. And she was built by a 6-year-old who acts just like a 6-year-old. And the biggest thing with Nano is she looks exactly like a human minus one of the like a giant like screw on her back that like for like those old wind-up toys that have like the giant crank in the back on the backs where you just wind it up and depending on how much you wind it is how long the toy will go. That's what she has, but portioned to a human size. And it doesn't have a purpose.
Oh no, it does.
No. Other than it doesn't have a major purpose other than if you turn it, her toe will shoot out. And that's it. There's no other purpose behind it.
And why won't the professor get rid of it?
Because it's cute.
There you go.
The professor refuses to take it off, even though she can function without it, because she thinks it's cute, even though it's a giant inconvenience for her. But then you got Yuko's group, which is Yuko, Mai, and Mio. and yeah, though that just that group is just unbelievable. It's just the three girls that are unbelievably random, and it's so hard to explain. Like, there's so many good parts.
Okay. Well, the other part I wanted to touch on, right, was the exaggeration, right? Because there's massive exaggeration in the show.
Like, unbelievably large amounts.
Yes. However, the unbelievably large amounts of exaggeration are a thing.
Yeah. Like, to give an example, was it the first episode or the second episode that with Nano running into the guy?
That was the first episode.
Okay, so basically, Nano doesn't want to be found out she's a robot, but like, I can't remember what she was doing.
She was
but
chasing. Okay, a cat stole the fish that she was cooking, so she was running. Yeah, she was running after a cat,
and she bumps into this random guy, and it exaggerates her colliding with him by having like a giant, like almost nuclear explosion. That like things get just sent flying and everything like that. But then you pan and then it's like, oh well, it's just somebody ran into somebody. But then it pans over to Yuko and Mio walking, and then things are just falling out of the sky, nailing Yuko in the head.
Oh
and
my
then
god!
Then it pans back to Nano, who's on top of a roof because she got blown away from the explosion. And then later, the random guy is on a roof as well, wondering how he's gonna get down.
That was the funniest shit. I swear to God. Was that
Like,
the end of that first episode with the guy just like, how'd I get up here?
What just happened?
Yeah, he was on his, like, he didn't even notice anything. Like, he's just on the top of I think it was a pole or something.
Yeah, but then also, and then later you're introduced to like Sasara, like senpai, which is like this super like almost snobby, like thinks he's a rich guy.
Oh yeah.
And then his friend Misato, who anytime he says something, like she has a crush on him, but anytime Sasara like acts out, she blows him up with like a rocket or shoots him with a gun or something. And like he's just left standing there in like the smoke and everything.
Completely whitewashed.
Yeah, and then it's just there's so much. But then you've also got the principal, who there's a wild
suplexes a goddamn deer.
There's a wild deer in the courtyard of the school during classes, and the principal goes to try like capturing it. Essentially, the deer keeps headbutting him. He just rips off his suit to show a ballistic vest, and then he just takes the deer and suplexes it, and then rides it off school grounds.
Oh, Havada, what was it? The Havika standard?
Oh gosh, just the random side things.
No,
that was
no.
supposed.
Those aren't random. Did you notice so it's like right at the end of the show, it's actually an advert. There's actually an advertisement for it. It's a TV show in that world.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay.
It was also a book, I want to say, that I think Maya was reading.
Probably. It sounds like something Maya would read.
It was very early in the series though. Yeah, it was like
the fucking airship. Oh my god.
Gosh, there was just side stories with them, like just random like airship and like a princess, a king, a kingdom, betrayal. Just basically seems like a completely different show, and then it all revolves around a piece of Mio's like something dealing with her hair.
Yeah, it was always with her hair. The freaking wooden blocks, and then
where it was like he who controls the two wooden blocks has the power of the ancient weapon, and like it was a betrayal over getting these wooden blocks, and then like one of the henchmen accidentally knocks them over, the edge of the airship. They just fall out of the sky and just land in Mio's hair as her hair clips.
Yep.
And nobody says anything, but Yuko just freaks out. Like, Yuko is random and crazy, but not as much as as Maya is. Or sorry, Maya is.
Mine's scary.
She is unbelievably so. Like, should we talk about the very, very like docile teacher, like Sakurai?
Oh, there's Sakurai, and then the teacher who has a crush on her. Who
Takasaki.
So Takasaki has a crush on her, but in the meantime, there's the Go Soccer Club. Who he's
it's like
getting
the Ego or something. It's like IGO soccer. It's like, what the hell is that?
Well, in the translation, it's Go Soccer because it's like the Go. It's like that weird chip game that you like flip the chips over and there's different. Not flip the chips over, but you switch the colors from black to white.
Yeah.
But like, he's getting blackmailed by the Go Soccer Club.
No. Not just anyone. It's the teacher. It's the
teacher's brother.
Sakurai Sensei's younger brother.
Oh man.
Who like the younger brother is Makoto. He wants the male teacher to be the advisor, and he keeps blackmailing and trying to bribe the male teacher into being the advisor.
God, I love this show.
And I love the way that he finally gets the dude to be the advisor by bribing him with a picture of his sister like in high school graduating.
Yep.
That's creepy.
It's so bad. He's like, what am I doing?
Which I feel bad because like.
And then he walks away. Totally worth it.
Say with like. She's like one of my favorite characters.
Oh my god.
She's so cute. I just love how she has like those worry like sweat things coming out of her all the frickin' time.
I'm sorry, but if I was in that school, I'd be worried all the goddamn time too.
I like when she goes into the coffee shop with the barista who is actually like just as like nervous and shy as she is, and it's just like they're going back and forth with like how shy they are.
How about when Ali,
I love how this entire episode is just talking about bits and pieces of the show.
That's the only way you can describe the show, because
we forgot to mention Nano and the professor take in a cat, and the professor like right away invents a scarf that allows him to talk.
Sakamoto-san.
Yep, Sakamoto, who is like he has like such a deeper voice than his meows.
Don't.
It's like so deep.
Oh yeah.
And like he tries acting like the adult, but then he's still a cat though.
Oh my.
And the professor always blames everything on him.
God damn it.
I like how the series is essentially split into 2 seasons. It's 26 episodes long, but at 13, which after the halfway point, you could technically call it a season.
Yeah.
Because like you can have it pre-Nano going to school and then after Nano started going to school.
Yep. Well, what I find what I think happened with this show is like the writers wrote a joke, right? And they saw if that joke would fit in anywhere else, and then they just connected where they thought the jokes could connect. Right? Like they're like, okay, well, this joke is done, so we're just gonna move on to the next joke. And, you know, we're just gonna abandon that one. We're gonna do a full YouTube jump cut to something else that's a joke. And then, like, an episode later, or like 2 episodes later, they go back to where they left off with that joke. They're like, we came up with another part. It's going to be funny.
Yeah, they kind of do. That, or they're like on one tangent with it. They have a couple more little tidbits, and then they go back to it within the same episode.
Oh, yeah.
Like the best example I could think of is when Mio asks Yuko and Mai to help her with her manga entry, and basically they have like a few little like things of that, but then they pan away from it for a little while and you just start to think it's like, oh well, I guess that was the ending of it, was just like, oh, Yuko screwed up and basically gets yelled at, and then it's like, oh well, they're just gonna switch to something else, but then they go back to it.
Yeah, because they still don't have paper.
Oh, the series was so good. And then you've gotten the second season, I guess, the Nakamura sensei, the science teacher.
Oh yeah, trying to figure out how Nano works.
She knows, she like seriously suspects Nano as being a robot, and she keeps trying to capture her.
She does know that she's a robot.
Yeah.
The only thing she doesn't know is what causes her brain to work and what causes her heart to work.
Yeah, like, how is she that advanced of a robot that she's like a human?
Yeah.
And who built her? But then she finds out and thinks that it's bullshit.
Yeah, no shit. It's fucking what? How old do you think Professor is?
6.
Tops?
I think maybe actually either 4 to 6. But she doesn't really need to go to school.
I will say that is true.
Like, if she went to school, it'd be a waste of her goddamn time.
Yeah, no shit.
The only reason why she would go is just to eat snacks, which she can do that at home.
Yeah. All right.
Like, the show is just it was actually very good, but I actually really contemplated on keeping a what the fuck counter because I still was saying it like later on in the series.
That is so accurate. Like
it's so good. There's just so many good moments of it. I loved it. I will say another thing. I love the intros of both of the seasons, both of the intros that they used.
Intros are pretty good.
They were very catchy and they're funny.
My only problem with them is they were a little long.
I was okay with it. I actually watched the intro to every single episode. Just because I really liked it.
Fair enough.
Because there were just the certain parts where like they cued the song in with like the characters lipping the words.
Oh yeah.
It was just really funny.
I'm at a loss, man. This show is just too much for me.
I don't even know how you found this show.
It's because I'm amazing.
I don't want to know. Although, I'm curious. I think about my suggestion for next week.
All right. Well, considering we're on the subject, should we? Do we do everything? I think we did everything.
I think we pretty much did everything. Like we kind of talked about like our favorite clips, which is like episodes. Like, okay, who was your favorite characters?
Oh, my favorite character. I liked Nano.
Nano was adorable.
She was the one who was like grounded the most, as in like realistic in a way.
Yeah, she tried being normal. She was the only one that tried being normal.
Yeah, and everyone else wasn't into that shit. And I'm all like, if it wasn't for Nano, the show would have been way too out there for it to be good.
Yeah, because Nano is the only one who like notices the absurdity that's going on around her and really cares.
Yuko, there you go. So like Yuko does notice shit's going on around her. So like,
but she's just as random.
Yeah, no, she runs with it. Like,
most of the time she just runs with it. Like when Mai shows up in a suit of armor to go trick or treating a week late, Mai just are like Yuko just goes with it.
Yeah,
She
Yuko
just
just
doesn't
goes with it, and it's like
She's like, I'm done with this shit. Let's just do it.
I kind of like that, but I kind of at the same point I'm all like, grrr.
I just like when they got. By the way, real quickly, I like when they got bit by the dogs kind of later on in the series,
Oh,
heading
yeah.
over to Nanos, and their screams just shot like missiles out of their beams of energy out of their mouth.
What was the
Blows
one?
a hole in a building.
Oh no, the one where Yuko ends up pressing her thumb on the wrong side of a pen. Screams, blows out the side of a building, and then the laser goes through like all the planets.
Yep. I was waiting to just hear like a side story about catastrophe as all the planets are out of alignment now.
Yeah, that's
I was
exactly it. We
waiting
were just
for it.
waiting on it.
But they never said anything about it.
Nope. We're just gonna leave that one be because that's gonna be way too harsh for this show.
Yeah. All right, we should wrap this up.
All right, so watch it.
Yeah. And as for next week, I have a treat for you, Andy. It's a nice little show called Space Dandy. He is a dandy guy in space.
That sounds like the cheesiest garbage I've ever heard of in my life.
I can't wait.
I mean, like, it really does sound like the cheesiest. Like,
he combs the galaxy like his pompadour.
oh, fuck me. God damn it. All right, well, thank you guys for watching.
Yep, thanks.
Hopefully we'll see you next week.
Hopefully. Unless one of us kills it ourselves, which I'm contemplating it.
Damn, that got dark.
Well, if you keep giving me random crap like this to watch.
Hey, you liked it!
I know, but still, it was so out there.
So sue me!
Okay. I'll see your ass in court, bitch. Are we done? Hello? What is the loneliest number that you ever do?